How's it? Indian Cowboy, DocSports.com. Connection on Friday, September 20th, as we get this video to you around this time. We have not missed a free play all week. Pretty incredible run. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just an incredible run right now. What do we give you? We gave you, let's see here. On Monday, we gave you the Falcons win. Tuesday, we gave you the Atlanta Dream and the WNBA winner. Wednesday, we gave you the Detroit Tigers winner. And Thursday, we gave you the Jets yesterday. So, winner there, too. So, we are 4-0, 7-1, 9-2, 11-3, 86-42. So, 66% of free picks for 4+ months. That's just incredible. And we're just getting started. So, welcome aboard. Getting this video to a little bit later today. I'll try to get you a video early tomorrow. I think I know what my free play is tomorrow anyway. But, hello, I'm Indian Cowboy, and this is Doc Sports. The algorithms of Indian Cowboy have been around for a cool 19 years, and Doc Sports has been around 53 years. I have a doctorate and a master's in biostatistics. That's how these algorithms work. Welcome to my free daily podcast. Our best selections are over at docsports.com under Rune Shiva. Our next best selections are Free Picks and Leans, which is the daily video you're watching right now. And, of course, we have a very popular YouTube premium teaching channel. It is our teaching channel where I come at you every single day, Monday through Sunday, with the live show. We do about 8 games, so you get about 200 selections, all for just $20 a month. It is our teaching channel. It's a recorded podcast. You can re-listen to it at any time, and you get a written summary at the end as well, which is awesome value. And you get to hang out with me in a live setting, so what can be better? And the link to YouTube Premium is in the comments section, as well as the link to how to get the free $60 worth of premium selections. And you know, what are the games that we did for YouTube Premium? Well, I'm going to have a live show for you around probably closer to 4:45 Eastern and 4:45, 4:50, and we'll get to a lot of games. And I actually have over 15 free selections for you on this video, including a ton of football, and we'll get to some additional games on YouTube Premium as well. But normally the YouTube Premium video comes out first before this video. If you want even more content, be sure to check my Twitter. It has our latest updates, hot takes on sports, popular consensus reports, and our latest videos are posted there as well. All right, let's get to your free play winner today. What do I need to tell you? Well, your free play today is going to be between San Jose State and Washington State in college football. We also have 6 football selections, so all of them go off Saturday and Sunday. We have our 6-unit college. We have 3 college football and 3 NFL. It's going to be a great week. We researched well, and 29 units on deck. Super excited. WNBA playoffs start tomorrow as well. We'll have 2 baseball selections tomorrow. We'll have WNBA starting. WNBA playoffs started on Sunday, so our goal is plus 2,000 in the WNBA playoffs. Baseball coming off a nice winner yesterday on the Mets, getting it done, and they won 10-6. I don't have any baseball selections today. It passed today, but rare 2 baseball selections on the docket tomorrow. And it's going to be an awesome day tomorrow in baseball, and I can't wait for that as well. All right, let's get your free play winner today, and it is going to be on San Jose State plus the points here. You know, I really like Coach Ken Niamutaolo, the winningest coach in Navy history, who is now coach of the San Jose Spartans. Obviously, the coach of the San Jose Spartans moved on to another big gig. But Coach Ken here is very, very impressive, okay? He had a couple losing seasons in Navy, and the Navy, you know, moved on from him. But I like San Jose State plus the 13. I have nothing against Washington State or their coaching staff. But keep in mind, Washington State's coaching staff, he's a good coach, but he's nowhere close to, you know, the coach that Coach Ken is over at Navy. Coach Jack, Dickert, they come off that huge win against Washington. That's impressive. But Washington's not the same Washington when my man Kalen DeBoer was there, okay? And now Coach Ken has been coaching for decades. Okay, he's a phenomenal coach. He took over a team with limited talent. Or they had some talent, but I think he took over 6 returning starters, basically. And he's got them 3-0. People forget that San Jose State out of the gates. I mean, they beat, Air Force 17-7. I understand that they beat Kennesaw, right, 31-10. I know none of these wins are overly impressive, but I'm telling you, with Washington having Nevada on deck, Washington State, I think this is Washington. I think this is San Jose State Super Bowl, if you will. I think they're going to play their hearts out. So I'm going to take the plus 13, plus the 13.5 with a very, very good coach that I think they can hang tough, and therefore your free play today is on San Jose State over Washington State, and yeah. Okay, give you some couple of the leans here. Let's see here. As it relates to Minnesota and Boston in baseball, I like Minnesota there. Minnesota's off back-to-back losses against the Guardians. Can Minnesota bounce back? That is the question here. Boston also off a 0-2 loss. So both teams are off of a loss here. Festa and Fitz here. Festa first year, 5 ERA, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs against the Reds, 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs against the Angels. 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs against Atlanta. 6 walks in his last 2 games. Fitz hasn't given up a run yet. 5 innings, 6 hits, no runs against the White Sox. In 5 innings, too, it's no runs against the Yankees. But I think he likely gets hit today. I think it's a tough spot for this pitcher. And with Minnesota coming off back-to-back losses, give me the Minnesota Twins here. Detroit and Baltimore in baseball, I like the over there. Montero with a 4.6 ERA. Montero with went 5 innings, 5 hits, and no runs against Baltimore recently. 9 innings, 3 hits, no runs against Colorado. Baltimore just lost to Detroit as well, so Baltimore has huge revenge. Montero, 14 innings and no runs. I think he has a letdown, and I also think Burns is going to have a letdown too. So both these guys come off beating these other teams as well, and I think both these guys have a letdown. It's going to be a surprising over today between Detroit and Baltimore. In the NFL, Detroit, Arizona, that is my 7-unit selection. My 6-unit selections are in Tennessee and Oakland. Again, all these are over at Doc Sports under Arun Shiva. Arkansas, Auburn over there. Kansas City, Atlanta over there. And UCLA, LSU premium. Green Bay, Tennessee premium as well. Some other leans for you. Miami and Seattle in football. I like Miami here. I know they have a new QB here with Skylar Thompson, and Coach McDaniel has faith in him, which tells you something if Coach McDaniel has faith in you. Seattle really hasn't played any elite teams yet this year either. I like Miami getting the points. I think they're going to have a lot of energy behind their new quarterback. Give me the points there. Washington and Cincinnati. I like the Bengals here. They're going to be ticked off. They should have beaten the Chiefs, and they didn't. They're 0-2. The Giants missed a ton of opportunities, which they should have beaten Washington, to be honest with you. So Washington might have gotten lucky with the win. I think Cincinnati's in a great spot, and I think they avoid going to 0-3, and I like them by double digits. Bears and Colts, I like the over there. The Bears are 1-1, and the Colts are 0-2. Houston, 12 penalties in their last game. Richardson, 3 interceptions as well. I think both these quarterbacks are going to play much, much better. Caleb Williams was embarrassed in his last game against Houston. And against the Colts, 3 interceptions for Richardson against Green Bay. All that changes, and I like the over there. Denver and Tampa Bay, I like Denver there. Denver playing hard, just falling short in their last game. Tampa Bay's off back-to-back huge wins. Classic letdown spot for Tampa Bay. And I think I think Denver plays their heart out. Nick's threw for 200 yards, but 2 interceptions in his last game. And I think he's a much better player here. I think we'll see it. And I like Denver as the quality dog here. And I like Tampa Bay to have a huge letdown after that Lions win. Houston, Minnesota. I like the Texans here in a close game. I think Houston has not played their best game yet, and they come off kind of a shaky performance against the Bears. And Minnesota off a monumental win over San Francisco. I think it's a classic letdown spot for them. Stroud did not play particularly well in his last game, and I think that he'll play much better. And I think Minnesota coming off that huge win has a letdown against Houston, and Houston coming off a shaky win has a bounce back sort of, and I like Houston. Chargers, Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh there. I don't think the Chargers win with Vegas. Carolina has I don't think the Chargers... first of all, I think Carolina has been impressive, honestly, as these Steelers then went into Atlanta and Denver, and they played such amazing defenses, and I think Pittsburgh's done really, really well. And I think the Chargers win, sure, against Carolina, that's fine, but against the Vegas, that was a big win for them, I guess. But I think at the end of the day, remember, you have a Steelers team that I believe has been far more impressive. Denver's coming off of a loss, and they went into Denver and beat them. They beat Atlanta, and Atlanta showed how good they can be. And at the end of the day, I think Pittsburgh at home, and I think the Chargers are the best team they've played, and I think they struggled. I like the Steelers. Philadelphia and New Orleans. I like Philadelphia here. Embarrassed at this team. Obviously, Philadelphia feels embarrassed here. They should have beaten the Falcons. They were a drop pass from Saquon Barkley or an offsides call that should have been called away from picking up the win. And I think this is a do-or-die moment, and I think New Orleans has a massive letdown because they're no longer the hunter. They'll be the hunted in this game, and I like Philadelphia and all their championship caliber, NFC championship caliber, or at least division championship caliber play, and I think they come through. Giants, Cleveland. I like the Giants here. Giants are 0-2. Until they change their QB, it seems like nothing's going to change. But Jacksonville went 1-4 from the red zone in their last game. But the Giants lost to Washington, which is terrible. They only scored 18 points that game, but I cannot tell you how many red zone converts that they did not make in that game. I think Cleveland had a great game against Jacksonville, but I think their defense will have a bit of a letdown here, and I like the Giants to hang tough here. Carolina and Vegas. I like Carolina. I know it sounds crazy. They also have a new quarterback with Dalton. Vegas is off a huge win against the Ravens. I think you put it all together, and I think that's the reason why they're only a small dog here. Minshew is 31 from 38 in his last game against Baltimore. No way he does that again. He's not good enough to make it back-to-back quality starts. And I like Carolina for the high-quality bounce back here and staying within the number. Baltimore and Dallas. I like the Ravens there. Baltimore, 11 penalties in their last game. 2 losses. They're going to be super desperate. I know Dallas is off of a terrible loss themselves, but I just cannot imagine Baltimore starting the season 0-3, and I don't think their 11 penalties are going to happen again. San Francisco and the Rams. I like the under there. LA's off of a horrendous loss, 10-41 Arizona. San Francisco's, of course, a loss to Minnesota. I think the Rams get back to doing what they do well, which is playing some decent defense. And I think the Niners coming off of a loss as well makes sense, and therefore I like the under. The Rams, remember, gave up 41 points Giving up 41 points is unlikely like they did against Arizona. And San Francisco is not going to give up 30-plus points like they did last time. So like the under. Jacksonville and Buffalo. I like Jacksonville here. If you're Jacksonville and you're 0-2, don't you show up here. Buffalo won 31-10 in their last game against an injured Tua, but Tua had 3 interceptions as well. And, I think Jacksonville is going to play really well, and I don't think Trevor Lawrence has played his best game. And it's do or die here for Jacksonville. I think they play great. Florida versus Mississippi State. I'll take Florida here, 1-2, and Mississippi State's also 1-2. I know both these teams come off losses. Florida comes off a win, but Mississippi State comes off that 17-41 loss to Toledo. But Florida's, at the end of the day, lost to Miami and Texas A&M, who are both in the top 25. So give me Florida. They played the better quality of schedule, and I think they'll go in on the road here and do quite well. And I think Mississippi State's being figured out real easily right now after the third game, which is what Toledo did, because it's a one-minded team. Well, because they're the former offensive coordinator assistant is over at Mississippi State right now. Ole Miss is over at Mississippi State, and he's not a defensive-minded coach. Ohio versus Kentucky. This is interesting. Ohio can play. Kentucky hung over. Kentucky was phenomenal against Georgia, but that's also because they were ticked off of that South Carolina loss, so they showed up against Georgia. This game can go either way, but I think the only way to look at this game is Kentucky because they're super mad, having lost back-to-back games. And I think Ohio might be a little overvalued here because if Syracuse can beat them by 20-plus points, I think definitely Kentucky can. Vanderbilt, Missouri. I like Vanderbilt, and I like the under in this game. Vanderbilt lost to Georgia State looking ahead to this game, and it was a 32-36 loss. This is the same team that beat Virginia Tech not too long ago. And at the end of the day, I know Missouri comes off a tough game against Boston College, and they could be a little hungover. I think Vanderbilt's going to show up here, and I also like the under here quite a bit. Vanderbilt's a pretty well-coached team, and therefore I like the under. But I like Vanderbilt more. I know it's a long video. How many free plays is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 free selections, including the other 2. So 17 free selections. No, 18 free selections. Wow. You're very welcome. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Be sure to join YouTube Premium. Be sure to join all of our premium packages. And I'll see you on the live show for YouTube Premium in about 10 minutes. And I'll see you on the daily video tomorrow as well. Take care. Bye-bye.